All right, everyone. It is the David Washington Show. It's 2026, and we are back for another episode. And this one's quite interesting. And let's uh, let's get to it, okay? So it's nice to be back, and let's talk about silence. Sometimes the loudest sound in politics isn't the shouting at a debate, but the silence of a leader when history shifts beneath their feet. We are watching history unfold in real time. The Maduro regime has crumbled. The dictator is on US soil facing indictments. For decades, the cry of Venezuela Libre was a hope, a prayer. Today, in 2026, it is a tangible reality. And yet, for one of the most vocal advocates for Venezuelan democracy here in Central Florida, Samuel Vilchez Santiago, there is a particular quiet regarding the next logical step. Today, we are going to challenge the conventional wisdom. We're going to look at the end of temporary protective status, or TPS, the Trump administration's push for return, and ask a hard question. Is the American dream the only dream that matters? Or is it time for the Venezuelan dream to take center stage? There's a lot to unpack here, and bear with me. There's so much, but I want to share with you that let's give credit where credit is absolutely due. Samuel Viches Santiago is very much by every metric, very successful. At 13, fleeing persecution, he not just survived, he thrived. Valedictorian at Colonial High School, a degree from Princeton, graduate studies at Oxford. He has served as the chairman of the Orange County Democratic Executive Committee and was instrumental in getting folks like Joanna Lopez elected. He wrote recently in the Orlando Sentinel that the American dream is still possible. And he's right. He is the proof. But look at that resume again. Princeton, Oxford, public policy. That's a heavy hitting arsenal. That is the kind of intellectual firepower you use to draft constitutions, restructure failing economies, to build judicial systems from the ground up. Samuel ran for Florida House District 44, and let's be honest, he was rejected by the voters, coming in behind Daisy Morales. Now he wants District 43. And I have to ask this. Is the Florida State House really the best use of a Princeton and Oxford educated scholar when his homeland is burning for new leadership? Let's think about that. Venezuela's changing. Here's the reality on the ground. The Trump administration, supported by the Supreme Court, has ended TPS and personal parole for Venezuelans. The logic is harsh but clear. The emergency is over, the tyrant is gone, it's safe to go home. Samuel protested this. He has been vocal on social media, wrapping himself in the Venezuelan flag, championing the identity of the exile. But you cannot be in exile forever if the reason for your exile no longer exists. If you truly care about democracy in Venezuela, as Samuel claims to, then you must acknowledge that a democracy cannot be built via Zoom calls from Orange County. It requires bodies on the ground. It requires the best and brightest, the ones who are educated in the world's finest institutions, to return and do the hard work. Why fight for a minority seat in the Florida legislature when you have the qualifications to be a minister of state, a diplomat, or a legislative architect in a free Caracas? Let's think about that. Those are lofty goals that are achievable by a person like Samuel. Through his usual social media channels, Samuel has been silent since Maduro's fall regarding his own role in this new world. We see the posts about the American dream, but where's the post about the Venezuelan restoration? Where is it? This is my challenge to Samuel Vilchez Santiago and his supporters. Stop looking at Florida's House 43 as the prize. That is small thinking. The prize is a restored Venezuela republic. To his supporters, if you believe in Samuel's brilliance, then he is brilliant. Why would you want to keep him here, fighting petty partisan battles in Tallahassee, when he could be a founding father? Spit that out, David. A founding father of the new era in South America. The Trump administration has opened the door a bit forcefully. They've said, go home. Instead of viewing this as a punishment, view it as a mandate. View it as destiny. We're coming upon a historic moment here. We're in historic times. Samuel, you have the education, you have the passion, you have the Venezuelan identity you wear so proudly. Florida has plenty of politicians. There will be other candidates for District 43. What the world doesn't have enough of are young, brilliant, Oxford trained Democrats willing to rebuild a broken nation. Don't let your talent go to waste in a committee meeting in Tallahassee, not because you have to, but because your country needs you more than we do. Your country, you said it, Venezuela. Think about it, Samuel. I'm David Washington. This is the David Washington Show. I'm glad to be back. It's 2026, and we're coming back harder and stronger. No holds bar. If you believe that this content and the other content across our J. Washington Network and socials is relevant, useful, please like, share, hit the notification button, all that stuff for the algorithm. But more importantly, we love to hear what you have to say. I would love to hear what you have to say. So please comment. I enjoyed responding to our comments. Let's keep it tactful, respectful, of course. But please, let's stay on task, stick to the topic, and let's have respectful discourse, particularly in this matter. And I invite Samuel Vilchez Santiago to meet with me on camera and answer some questions. And maybe ask me some questions. Maybe. So again, if you believe this content is useful in any manner, please share with your family members, friends, those influencers in the wild that you know, candidates, particularly those candidates who you think need it, especially new candidates, and electeds that can learn a thing or two. Please check out From the Margins with James LaFont, the Fernandez Legacy with Mildred Fernandez, Countertop Politics. I almost forgot about Countertop Politics, even though I just recorded a video and that broadcast yesterday. Countertop Politics, my personal professional journal of political advising and campaign management. And of course, this show, the David Washington Show, and Florida, Ground Zero Florida. Oh man, I got Ground Zero Florida. Boy, do I have a show for you. This one is going to be pretty serious. Okay. And it's a tie into, this Venezuela situation. Please look for an article about this particular podcast episode. Look for it in the Informer newsletter. Okay. And also our blog, the blog on our website. And of course, in our partnership with the T8020 community, check it out. The article coming out soon after this is broadcast on the Orlando Voice. Again, I'm David Washington. This is the David Washington Show. God bless. Thank you so much. Thank you to our new subscribers. Please comment. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I love you. God bless. Goodbye.